Hi, I'm Q, and I play Vox Windbler. Vox is a half-elf fighter and assassin rogue. She was born and lived most of her life in Asparia at the end of the Salt Valley. Her parents are Ava Windbler, who knew Perrin when they both lived in the Feywilds, and Tehran Windbler. Ava's half-brother Balak murdered Tehran, imprisoned Ava, and controlled Vox's uncle Theon. This results in Vox being thrust into chaos instead of the peace she had known. She eventually finds love with Reviana Brighthand, the captain of the Royal Guard, before Balak frames Vox for murdering the king of the Salt Valley, and manipulates circumstances to cause her to travel to the Dreadspire, leaving behind everything she knew. Now she travels the world with her found family, her talking sword Brightburn, to create a better future for those she loves.
Howdy, my name is Sean, and I play Atticus Phoenix. Atticus is a human fighter with a champion/homebrewed mage slayer archetype. Atticus hails from one of the oldest royal houses in Nymeria, the House of the Phoenix, which is nestled deep within the South Green, but has been wandering the continent for some time as a knight, pledging his sword to upkeep the memory of his family and to protect the people of the land. He is haunted by an ancient entity known as the Darkness, which has cursed him and his entire family with a plague that has left him and a few others as the last of their name. Atticus is the father of Atlas, his long-lost son, best friend to Cletus the Grand of the Hill Giants, former partner of Burgent Fellhammer, and designated leader of the party.
My name is Tyler James, and I play Perrin Meliamne. Perrin is a wood elf, bard, and ranger. Perrin was born on the Golden Shores to fulfill a lost prophecy before he was transported to the Feywild to escape the land's destruction. There he was raised by a figure half forgotten to all Nymeria, and eventually traveled the land under the control of Balak Morgrasp, while learning to be a conman and wanderer. He seeks to find peace between the necessity of violence in a cruel world and his deep love of life in all its complexity. Perrin is the adoptive father of Fauna, a pledged squire of Atticus Phoenix, keeper of the Door Realm Key, companion of Amos the Mockingbird, and wielder of the Ornament of Rights.
My name is Aaliyah, and I play Fauna. She is a witch raised in the Evewood Coven that was recently wiped out by the Night Guard. Although Perrin is the closest thing she currently has to a father, her real parentage is still a mystery, as are the horns, which seem to be some kind of curse. She has a black cat familiar who is her best friend and constant companion, and has now found a new family in the ragtag party she has joined up with on this adventure.
My name is June, and I play Nyx Loon, a shadow elf, divine sorcerer, and rogue assassin with our shared pronouns of she/they. The last remaining heir to the Nightlands and prime of the Court of Night, Nyx was secreted into an enchanted locket to survive an ancient war, where they were soon lost to time and the whims of their Loonstone's wielder. From close friend and confidant of the Queen, to gauche pawn and ruthless assassin for the Speakers, Nyx was passed from many hands throughout history, and changed much of it. Now freed from the Loonstone's control, Nyx has only three goals: repay their life debt to Atticus Phoenix, protect their godson, Perrin Meliamne, and reclaim what was stolen from them in memory, identity, and homeland.
and welcome to the Feast of Dice channel. I am your DM, Elijah Goodall, and we are picking up where we left off last Monday with our weekly actual play castle run. When we left the party, Atticus staying back on board the ship with Cletus and the remainder of the crew of the Eventide to watch over it, it was just the four of you, Fauna, Nyx, Perrin, and Vox, along with in-party NPCs, Maya. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I've got my list right here so I don't forget them. Maya, Cicero, Vera, the cat, of course, Amos, and newly discovered sister to Perrin, the sea elf Paralandra, here in the Tower of Tides. In the final moments of the session last time, a darkness from the bottom of the ocean floor revealed itself. The Filth King, as they were first known. In the relatively short time since, you have learned other names for this entity that you are all bound to by oath. And we are starting this session, Paralandra joining you, fleeing from the tower. You are a little over 200 feet above the ocean beneath you as the tower is beginning to collapse. We rolled initiative last time, so I've already got the initiative order recorded here. Initiative order is pretty important when it comes to what is taking place. I'm going to make some rolls right now for the initiative for the rest of your in-party members. This first one, let's get that fixed. There we go. This first one is for Maya. Okay. This next one is for Cicero. Ooh, okay.
We haven't even started yet and I'm stressed.
Next one is for Vera. Okay. Final one is for Paralandra. Okay. That's all the initiative rolls recorded.
Real quick, as a point of order, I will remind you that I succeeded with my stealth check, and Paralandra has Death Ward on her, and
Yes.
Perrin, you have protection from evil and good.
Yes, that is all true. Before we get to Vox, it is your turn first in the initiative order. However, let me open up something real quick. Come on, pages. Before we get to initiative order, I am going to need dexterity saves from everyone.
No.
Oh, I got bad news for you then.
There we go. Okay.
I got a fucking thank God I have advantage on this. Oh, jeez. It's still not great. It's 15.
I don't know why my unmute button isn't working. The sarcastic thing I said, and I was boy, was I catty. Does 27 hit?
A 27 on your deck save? Yeah, I think you're going to be good.
I also got 15.
Okay. Okay, and then Vox, you had a 20?
3.
A 3.
23.
23. Okay. Okay. I am going to roll for the in-party members. Right now, I'm going to roll dex saves for all of them. I will tell you right now, I'm going to let you know what's happening as a lair action. So it happens at the very top of the initiative order before anything else. The DC to make this save successfully is 16, which means that Fauna and Nyx, you have not made the DC. Vox and Perrin, you have. The DC also increases by 1 each round. So as the tower's collapsing, it's becoming increasingly more dangerous. Essentially what's happening is sections of the tower are falling away and plummeting either onto the rocks or into the ocean below. Failing the deck save means you are on a section of the tower that is like actively collapsing and falling away so on your turn in initiative, we will get to like where you are and what you can do about the fact that you are falling off the tower.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Did I roll initiative for August already? And also, am I rolling this deck save for August?
I had August at 1. Do you roll this deck save for August? I think you nat 1'd August's initiative, which would put him right there next to Vera, who also nat 1'd her initiative.
7 for his deck save.
Okay. That's a failure for August also. I'm going to roll now for Maya. Deck save. Maya gets +2 to this roll. That's a failure for Maya. I'm going to roll for Cicero. Cicero gets a -1 to this save. It is a 12 total with a 13 on the die. I'm going to roll for Vera, who gets a +4, +5 to this save. It's an 18 on the die for a total of 23. Vera makes her save. Fauna, if you would be so kind as to roll a dexterity save for the cat. And I am going to roll for Paralandra last. It's a 15 on the die for a total of 17 for Paralandra. So makes the save. Vox, it is your turn. At the beginning of your turn, you are all like, you were actively like running. There was already a section of the small stone bridge connecting like the smaller tower that you were in, where Paralandra was, in this kind of tide pool-esque throne, headed back to the main tower where there's a spiral staircase descending to the bottom. As you head back, an enormous section of the tower collapses and begins to fall away into the waters below. I'm gonna let you got a nat 20 with the like perception check at the beginning of this whole like search, and it didn't really get a big reward. I'm going to reward that nat 20 perception check by, like, always, you're going to know where people are. So actively you see, like, Fauna did not make the save, Cicero did not, Maya did not, Nyx did not, August did not. They are all, like, actively, those chunks that have fallen away from the tower, they are all actively, like, falling from the tower. They're still right there. It's the beginning of the round, so it's not like they're 100 feet down yet already. Also, what was the save for the cat?
Also 15.
Fauna, the cat's right there with you. I'll say this though, on a 15, like the cat, as this is collapsing, like the cat has just jumps into your arms. So you're holding the cat.
We both go down together. That's what that December song is about.
That is what that December
This
song
very
is
moment.
about. Yeah.
How did they know?
Vox, what are you doing?
Okay, I remember last session I snuck around because I was trying to use my rune to invoke fear.
Yeah.
I think Fox just wants to try to take this guy out. Sees her friends falling behind her, but is just so angry for letting him out, and I am going to attack.
Okay. You're right there. There's the shadow, like the reflection. It's basic. 'Cause all this really is you see the reflection of the Filth King, this cloaked in shadow, hooded figure that the only thing that you see. In fact, you know what? Why not? We'll do the fight like this, because this is how we left it last time anyway. All you see, Fox, is those two, where the eye sockets would be, those two small mouths lit up in the shadow, but it's just this dark reflection in the tide pool directly behind you. But you can go ahead and make an attack roll.
I did. I'm attacking with my right turn. I think we just transferred up over those stats to one of my daggers.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 19, which is a crit
Okay.
with Brightburn. I'm also hoping, let me see. Surprise. And I'm using Assassinate, so he would have been surprised, so it would have been a crit either way.
Here's what I will say before you start rolling that damage, because it would indeed be a hefty amount of damage. Vox, you are like, I mean, really, you're kind of like plunging into the tide pool with your blade, right? Where do you,
Yeah.
where do you strike the blade?
Oh, it's a tide pool. Probably just like from right between the eyes that I can see glowing.
Right between the eyes. The water splashes out, begins to recess back into as portions of the tower begin to crumble away. You see the reflection reform around your arm. Oh. Are you trying to stab a reflection?
Again, yes.
I'm hurt. Where?
Good.
Where?
That was the goal.
We're oathbound. Even if I was here in... What's that word that you use for your bodies? Flesh. I think you would find it difficult hurting someone you've taken an oath to protect.
Didn't make any oath to you.
Vox, make an Arcana check.
Ooh. Arcana's not my strong suit. I got a nat 1.
On a nat 1, it is a feeling that you're fighting, but panic is taking over. Your mind is clouded. Like there's nothing to focus on. You realize you are sitting here with your like dagger in a tide pool, talking to a reflection, and the tower is still crumbling around you. Vox has still got her move action. What do you want to do?
It's a reflection in the water.
A reflection, yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that Vox would drive it deeper in, just angry and unable to really control feelings then.
You drive. Which are you using? One of the black tarot daggers, or are you just using a?
No.
Okay. Just
My Brightburn dagger, yeah.
okay.
Which adds fire damage on a crit too.
Yes. Okay, so you're just bearing. Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about this last session. Like Brightburn is there with you too. I mean the Greyhound is there.
Yeah.
I need you to make a save for Brightburn too. I don't know if I ever gave you a sheet for Brightburn. Brightburn
You did.
would. I did. Okay, cool. Yeah, make a dexterity save for Brightburn.
I gotta pull up his little sheet here. I rolled an 18 for Brightburn.
Okay. Brightburn is safe, like still there, like just kind of like growling into the pool next to you. You drive the dagger deeper in. You hear something. It's not like stone. And I'm going to give you this because between your nat 20 perception check when you entered the tower and then critting on this hit, you get this one for free. It's a familiar feeling, not stone, as you sink the dagger in further. A sound that even through the water, like the text, you feel it, you know. You've sunk blades between ribs before. You felt how bone gives. Something in this tide pool, like beneath the algae, beneath the sea, you see like as the water kind of like clears the reflections to wavering, but like through the reflection at the bottom of the tide pool, you see exposed a section of bone. Bone in the rock of the tide pool, in the tower itself.
Okay, do I still have move?
You still have your move.
She's gonna dive into the tide pool.
Diving into the tide pool, like right here, it's fairly shallow where it is, like as deep as it gets would basically be up to here. But if you're going down into the tide pool to try and get a better look, yeah, you go in the tide pool to get a better look. Give me a perception check.
Can we roll for swim for Vox, who's never left her desert home until the last
We
3
could
months?
if Vox couldn't touch the bottom and be like Vox can touch the bottom in this tide pool.
Okay, she almost drowned in 2 feet deep water.
That was Fauna.
That's that wasn't me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she already swam once when she got attacked by a mermaid.
All right.
Yeah.
That was because I rolled a nat 1.
I'm not gonna make you roll athletics
why are you trying to kill me?
stand in a tide pool. But yeah, you go under the water. Roll. Give me that perception.
17.
17. You're holding your breath. You're looking around. Here under the water, the reflection of the Filth King is truly just that, this wavering reflection like on the surface of the water. So now that you're underneath it, there's nothing here in the water. You still feel the rumbling, the shaking of the towers. Sections of it are falling away. You're looking around in the tide pool. I described it in last session like brightly colored anemones, seaweeds in red and bright green. The floor of it is just the rough stone of the tower, smoothed over time by the flowing of water. On a 17 exposed in here, you see more than just that little rib bone sticking out. You see multiple exposed sections that look like bone. On the far side, facing you as you're under the water, you look up, and about eye level with you, just barely protruding from the far end, something that from above the water, the way it would have just looked like maybe a cluster of barnacles or some bleached section of the stone, you see a section of a skull staring back at you.
I'd like to grab this skull and bring it back to surface if possible.
Give me a strength check.
Come on, dice. New dice. Not 20 on the strength check.
Fuck. Okay. And
new
yeah.
rose quartz
So
dice.
because here's how we're flavoring this is that because Vox gets multiple attacks per turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is essentially just another one of your attacks that you would get per turn. You reach out, wrench. It's not an entire skull. It's almost kind of like a mat. Like it's about this front section and then kind of part of the back. But as you rip it out of the coral and stone that it is surrounded by, you've essentially got like part of the front of a skull now that you're holding. Tidepool is right there. You still have your move action. And I mean, as a rogue, you can use your bonus action to dash too. So you have 60 feet of movement to like get out of here and start heading for the bridge. Unless you have another plan to get down before this whole tower collapses.
Oh, I have no plan. But my plan is to pop out and who failed Dex? Besides,
right.
or who didn't fail Dex might be easier.
I think it actually is easier to say who failed. Fauna, who is holding the cat, failed. Cicero failed. Maya failed. Nyx failed. August failed.
Okay. I'm gonna jump out and lend hand to Nyx.
Cool. We're gonna call this. God, I mean, I think it can't really be acrobatics. You can certainly get there in the move action. Reaching out and catching, it's gonna be like strength to like grab them in time and be able to brace so that they have something. Not a high DC though. I think we're gonna call the DC 12 in this to grab Nyx as they are falling and brace so that you are not also pulled off the
12.
tower. Okay, right on the money. You brace.
11
Nyx,
plus 1.
You are safe. You are holding onto Vox's hand here at this like section where the section of the tower is crumbled away. You are anchored and safe. You're both still there though, not across the bridge, not in the. I will say like this smaller section of the tower and the bridge itself is crumbling much faster than the rest of the tower, which is a larger structure and will probably take longer to come down. But neither one of you are falling. Vox, I think that's your turn, which means next in the initiative order would be Fauna.
I would like to the Luroko, is that what that creature is, that how you pronounce it?
The Luroko, yes.
Didn't you say there is like a species of Luroko that is like a flying one?
This is not one of those. This is like it's a, what would be the right word? It's strictly terrestrial.
Yeah, but didn't you say there was one that is flying?
There was there was an
version?
option for a swimming one, but it wasn't even a Luroko. It was options that I gave June for Nyx's mount when we talked about it out of. But yeah, it's not, this one's definitely not flying. And it is also not here. I mean, it's back on the ship.
I know. I am going to polymorph into something that flies, and I was just trying to color it that would maybe be a little more special if it was flying Luroko, but that's okay.
What do you want to polymorph into? I mean, you've got a lot of options as level 12. You just trying to do a big bird?
Yeah, or like, what about like a dragon? Can I do like a level 12 dragon?
God, Fauna, roll me a history check real quick.
Oh, does it have to be a character I've like, or an?
Not necessarily, but like to have an idea of a dragon. Like dragons have been extinct in this world for thousands and thousands. Like they're almost myth at this point. So I want to, based off your history check, I want to know what your idea of a dragon is.
Okay, well, I didn't roll very well, so I got a 5.
Okay. On
It's gonna look real whack.
on a 5,
You can also
go
only
to,
be
like,
a young teenager dragon.
Yeah,
Challenge
that's-
rating 9.
That's
you
fine.
go to like polymorph into a dragon. The only picture that you can recall in your mind is this children's story that Nerilith used to read you of like this dragon that was like very long, like almost kind of serpentine, and it had a set of wings that it was still able to fly, but they were a little too small for its body, just kind of like they're right there between the shoulder joints. And so no limbs or arms or anything like that, just those two kind of like little tiny leathery wings and then a long serpentine body.
Is the flying enough to get myself safely somewhere, or am I just still falling shaped like a
Oh,
dragon?
no, for sure. Yeah, you can fly.
Okay.
And the cat's safe. The cat is on your back. What size is that dragon? Do you still have it pulled up?
No.
Juvenile green dragon. Is it I think it's probably large, or is it huge?
If it's a juvenile, I doubt it would be huge.
I don't. Adults are huge.
Adults are, so it's probably large.
It's probably large, yeah.
As a large fauna, I'll tell you right now, you can carry yourself, and along with the cat, you can carry one other person. I'm going to give you the move action of you've got the fly speed now of a young dragon. Here, I'll look it up real quick, just so we know. Let's see. Come on. Fly speed is 80 feet.
Can I get clear of the collapsing tower?
You can for sure get clear of the collapsing tower. You've got 80 feet of movement. That's enough to, you're kind of all in this immediate area. You could grab someone else.
Who else falling again?
Right now, Nyx is safe, so the only other, it's Cicero, Maya, and August. All 3 are still falling.
Okay, well, August is a magic skeleton, so I feel like he probably would be fine. Ciro's a wizard, so he probably could help.
Also, August welcomes death with open arms.
That's true. Fauna doesn't know that, though. Like, she would want to save him. I will I'll fly under Maya so that Maya lands like on my back, and then I'm gonna try and just clear the collapsing parts of the tower. In fact, I think, can I do a check on is the Filth King is there anything happening besides just the tower collapsing?
The tower collapse. You can give me an Arcana check.
Is there attacking or
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana.
literally just the tower?
I think you could give me an Arcana check or a Perception check. If you do a Perception check, it's going to be physically what you can see here.
Okay.
Arcana check is going to tell you maybe something deeper, what's behind what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an Arcana check, and that was a nat 20. So that's 29.
Okay. Oh my God. Who did you say you were saving?
Maya.
Okay, you're swooping down, Maya's able to grab as you kind of almost really you're moving through the sky less. It's more that you are suspended by the nature of what you are, and less that the wings are really doing any good. So you sort of like a serpent move through the sky right now. Maya's able to catch on to the bulk of your body lower down and kind of get up on you, and is just sort of holding on the way that anyone would hold on to what is basically a very large snake.
Yeah, because I don't have legs, so I can't hold on to anybody. So
Cat is just desperately claws locked in, kind of right behind. I think too, as a strike, you've still got your black horns too, larger now because they're on the but like kind of locked in right behind those horns. The cat is claws like deep into your scales. Nat 20 Arcana check. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break this up. There is information that is immediate that could will probably be helpful. It'll give you some clarity right now for what is going on with everyone. And certainly the Nat 20 Arcana check is going to get you that. The other thing that I will say is that there is other information that you're going to learn on a Nat 20 Arcana check about what is going on here that won't necessarily be immediately relevant for what is happening to everyone. And I'm going to give you that after, just so we don't break up like what is currently happening too much. What you immediately realize is that the Filth King is communicating almost this, like, it is as if the entire ocean is a scrying mirror for them. So not really even here in presence or person, just observing by means of the ocean itself. That 20 Arcana check, you were there when Perrin said it. Why don't you go to the bottom of the ocean? The Filth King isn't here, but the collapsing of this tower is this kind of final remnant, this thing made of the sea, in the sea. And the Filth King is reclaiming this sort of last thing for themselves. Hence it is collapsing and falling into the sea. Really, your only move here? Get out of the tower.
Or what if we rebuild it really fast?
Were this a different
Perrin
campaign
casts Fortnite.
and one of you had speedster powers, then sure.
All right. I feel like I can't communicate anything because I'm a dragon, so I will just fly. Hopefully my flying away from the tower as much as possible will help communicate that we should just really get out of there. I'm going to fly as close as and land as close as I can to where the boat was.
Okay.
Boat was docked.
Yeah, I mean, boat is, I will tell you that, like down to the little dinghy that you docked on the, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your fly speed is 80 feet. I'm going to say that it took you 30 to get to that. So 50, we already said the tower is about 200 feet up. So you've got 150 feet to go, which is basically like either you spend your next turn to dash entirely and you're there, or it's 2 more turns along, just using your move action and then also taking a different action. But
how much would it take to just get to the ground, but out of the range of like things falling?
You can get out of the range of things falling, but you're not going to be able to get to the ground right now. You've got
This is
you've got
the
50
small
feet left.
the small tower's falling, but the other tower looks fine.
Yeah.
Can I get to the part of the tower that's not falling?
For sure. Yeah, if you want to like
one
put
turn?
feet on ground, you can.
I'm gonna fly to whatever the closest location is that I can land on this turn that appears to be safe and
Okay.
isn't collapsing currently.
I'll give you this for free right now. Like, there's places to land on the large tower, and you can get over there and kind of like back through the entrance and into the interior of the tower within probably within a minute. This entire thing will be in the ocean.
Okay, so it's not like that would be not falling down also eventually.
It is going to be, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just head towards the ground then.
Okay, so you're flying down to the ground, straight down to the boat. Probably the quickest way there. Maya's on you, Kat's on you. They're both safe. You're headed down to the ground. Fauna, that's you. Perrin, that makes it your turn.
Fauna saved Maya?
Yep. Only ones still in danger. We've got Cicero and August are actively like falling off the tower.
I don't know. Having seen Vox try to stab this reflection, does Perrin get the kind of hunter sense that there is a fight to be had here at all?
Give me... Ooh. I think you see what Vox did. You see, like, and then you see the splash you saw, and then Vox is, like, coming up holding a skull. You see Fauna actively running. You can give me an investigation check.
Are we calling the Filth King an elemental?
Not
It would
quite.
be me knowing that more than Perrin. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
I was a nat 20. Dice that you bought me.
We're killing it.
Okay.
To be fair, I'm looking for a pretty
There-
limited thing,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
don't
yeah.
feel
So
don't
you're-
don't
okay,
give away
okay.
more than that.
You're looking for a, like, is there a fight here to be had? No, there's no fight. I think that investigation, like, you have a cursory, like, you have a knowledge of magic. Maybe it's not as expansive as Fauna's, but on just purely an investigation check, putting the pieces together, no fight to be had here. That, like, this tower is collapsing into the sea. It's almost like you're not even, like, there isn't even really a fight to be had. It's just the tower collapsing and you've got to get out.
Yeah. How close together is August and Cicero? As Perrin looks around and sees them slipping and the moment he has available.
I'm going to roll 2 d20s. The distance between the two rolls will be the distance in feet they are from each other. That's a 19 and a 20.
They're just hugging as they fall.
20. Like, you see them fall. You see, I mean, you tell me, but, like, does August wrap up Cicero? You're falling right next to each other.
Oh yeah, I mean August is a Boy Scout. He's for sure gonna be like, oh, this is an old man. I can protect him. I'll take the fall, and it just might shatter all my bones into nothing.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be great if I could save someone and also not be?
Yeah. Great. Got Cicero wrapped up.
Aaron is going to trust Nyx, as he also sees her off balance. He's gonna, see Nyx slipping, but I don't know. Probably he's gonna see not a face of fear. What? Vox grabbed Nyx?
Yeah.
Why did I miss
Vox
that? I was
got
Googling
Nyx anchored here.
blue dragons or something.
Last two are Cicero and
That's it?
Cicero and August were the last two fall, and they're still falling, but August has got Cicero
Vox is
wrapped
still
up.
on the part of the tower that's collapsing, but okay. But
Safe.
they have balance
Not
right
actively
now.
falling.
Right.
Yeah.
Perrin is going to sprint however far it is, presumably within 30 feet. And while he runs, there's no doorways, but he's gonna reach within himself and find that kind of inner door that he's found before. And this is quite a bit harder and quite a bit less precise, but I will use Dimension Door, and he's gonna just crash them through Dimension Door, which has a 500-foot range, and
Yeah.
he's going to crash them through straight up onto the beach. So like the direction they're sliding, he's gonna tackle them right onto the very relaxed
So you're jumping
sand.
off the tower, tackling them through a door, and then boom, the other end of that door opens in the sand.
Yeah.
Love it. Give me, to kind of like tackle them midair, we can call this an acrobatics instead of athletics if you want. But either way, give me a check. The DC here to like tackle them, it's just going to be 10.
Rolled a 10, got a +6 on acrobatics.
Nope. Boom. You've got like August wrapping up Cicero, this like old wizard who's just looking at you like wide-eyed. You leap off the tower, hit him through the door, boom, tumble into a pile on the beach down below.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's all.
Okay. Perrin, that's your turn. At the end of your turn,
Actually, you know what? As he does this, he's also gonna shout, "Vox, just run!" Just because it's only been 4 seconds.
yeah. End of your turn. Before Cicero, who is next in the order. I need... Where's my pages? Hold on. That dragon stat is in the way. Okay. I am... Still touching the space around the tower. I'm going to make a charisma save for Cicero. Okay. That's a failure for Cicero. 14. Cicero looks at you. Oh, that was handy work there with the door, lad. Perrin, you see Cicero look up at you. One of his eyes, in the eye, not the entire eye, but deep, almost like in the iris of it, you see swirling that same void. You got a nat 20 investigation check. I'll let this ride a little bit more. You're seeing Cicero be harmed just by being in contact with the tower, something that is being claimed by the ocean, the domain of the Filth King. You're fine. You don't feel anything. But you're oath-bound to the Filth King. Cicero is not. Beginning of Cicero's turn, he...
Can Perrin, real quick, just give Bardic Inspiration to Cicero? And
sure.
just give him, like, rousing words like, hey, I need you to focus.
All that, yeah,
I need you to help the rest of the team get
action,
off.
right?
Bonus action for that.
We'll allow that to pump back.
We need to get everyone out of that tower.
Cicero looks to you. I think I can help. I'm gonna make an Arcana check really quick for Cicero to see how well they're able to grasp what's going on. Okay. 7 on the die. Still a 15. Cicero is going to look around. You see him look up. Is going to, like, point up a finger, whisper quickly, and Vox casts Fly on you. You now have a fly speed of 80 feet. That's Cicero's turn. He's down here concentrating on this spell. Next is Maya. Maya's like... Maya's... I think just hold it like... Hold on, actually. Oh, they're not touching the tower, though. Maya's just holding on for dear life to Fauna, who is headed down. Maya's not going to do anything on her turn. She's just holding on. I am at the end of my... No, we're not going to do that. That's Maya's turn. Make another save. That's a failure.
I hate that we can hear how many dice you roll. It's terrifying every time.
Perrin, you're down there right next to Cicero. You see the thing in his eye is spreading, beginning to, like, overtake sections of his face. I'm going to roll a concentration check to see if he can maintain concentration on Fly for Vox. Oh yeah, that's an 18 on the die. Able to make it. Fly is still cast on Vox. End of that action. Nix, it is your turn.
What did Pelenos do?
Paralandra, your sister?
Paralandria, sorry.
Paralandra is after Nix in initiative order.
Who is currently still on the upper level of the tower?
That would be you, Vox, Paralandra, and Vera, all up there.
Did I observe what happened to Cicero and that Vox has, like, been gifted Fly?
Ooh. Give me a perception check. I mean, Cicero's, like, it's not like he's hiding the spell.
13?
Yeah, I think because your whole, like, you feel there's a levitating to now, like, to Vox's grasp.
Okay. I think as, like, they'll, like, whisper a thanks to Vox as they initially caught them, but then as she, like, runs towards the tide pool and stabs it and fishes for, pulls out a skull and is, like, fucking around over there, I think they're just gonna shout, like, run, leave it. We need to get off this fucking tower. If he wants to fight us, he can do it on level ground. They're gonna say that towards Vera, Herlandra as well. And as they like start to run towards the stairs a little bit, or like take a step, but I think kind of hesitate, and pulling out wax, they're going to whisper to themselves, like, Etheria, forgive me, but I have to try my best to save what's left of them. And they're going to slice their own palm and slap both hands down onto the stone of the tower. And I have no fucking clue if this is going to work. I know I'm certainly going to have to roll for it, but I'm going to try and cast Dispel Magic on it. And I don't know if it fails, that's fine, but...
Okay. Dispel Magic. Hold on a minute. I want to look up specifically the wording of the spell. Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic. Ability check using your spellcasting ability on a 6. Check the spell ends. Yeah. You are making a spellcasting check. So you get to use just your spellcasting ability. So just your charisma modifier.
Plus, and...
The DC is equal to 10 plus the spell's level. Nyx, you're trying to dispel a 9th level spell.
That's what I figured.
So the DC is 19.
You should maybe use your legendary allies.
Ooh, the Oathbound. Which
you can
technically,
see
that
plus
bitch
one.
is Oathbound to me too, so I get plus...
4. You can see, let's see, you can
Cletus.
see...
Cletus is on the ship. Atticus is on the ship, so you
Atticus
can
is
see
on the
4.
ship, but you can see, yeah, you can see Fauna, you can see Perrin, you can see Vox.
See Vox. Do I count myself or no?
You don't count yourself.
But I can
But
see
you can
that
also
fucking
see
bastard.
The Filth King. Add 4.
All right.
As you cast it, you see George sitting on his shoulder.
Okay. My
A thumbs up.
spell attack is plus 8, so plus 4 to that, so that's a 12. So I have to roll, what, a 7 or higher?
Yeah. Well, wait, it's just 4 plus your...
It's a 12.
Even then, because 4 plus 4
plus
4...
my spell attack.
It's not your
plus
spell
10.
attack. It's not your spell attack. It's just your charisma
okay.
modifier. So what is your charisma modifier?
4. So
4
8.
plus 4
That's
is
dirty
8.
20. That's a dirty 20.
On a dirty 20. Let me think. Give me 1 second to figure out how this is going to work, because
Elijah has to reskin one of the legendary actions real quick.
the magic that is Because this wasn't a save, so I can't like. It's not like I can burn a legendary resistance or something like that. The magic. Nyx. In this moment, you go to cast Dispel Magic. The scry of the Filth King, like as this spell ripples out from you, immediately just vanishes. Like a ripple in the water. What does this spell look like as it goes out from Nyx?
Is it night?
It is.
They used wax to cut themselves, not wane. And I think as they are like tracing sigils with their own blood into the stone, their blood like almost starts to glow like moonlight, and almost turn into like this bioluminescent thing that just like soaks into the stone, and I think we'll just like slowly, that light will like spread and fill the cracks of it, until it almost seems to like descend downwards and cast out the darkness that used to be there. And if there's any like crumbling bits of it, it will like kind of almost repair it with the illusion, or have the illusion of repairing it.
You send this spell out, Nyx. The cracks begin to glow. Vox, you're standing there, you're seeing this happen, the blood seeping from Nyx's hand. Like, they stopped the storm. Can they mend this tower? Can they stop, like... And Vox, you look at the skull in your hand. The section of it that you peeled away from the tide pool. It is glowing with that same light. Because it is currently being dispelled. It's fading. Magic put here centuries ago. To protect someone in particular. Fauna. We're dropping initiative order because what is happening is completely superseding like any, but I'm going to give you a chance. You got a nat 20 on your Arcana check. I'm going to give you some more of that information now. You're looking at this tower in the sea. Nat 20 Arcana check, you, as a witch, you feel the signature of different magics. Everyone's magic is different. It's tailored uniquely, like a fingerprint. So even more specific than people that utilize different schools of magic or have their particular spells. Every little bit that flows out from someone, it's almost like, I mean, nat 20, but at this point you've done things like this enough that it's like you recognize the signature. The Filth King is claiming what is theirs. This tower made of elements of the ocean risen up out of it. Their domain is the ocean. belongs to them. You see, like, you feel that dispel magic go out. You realize that what is being dispelled here, there was no like, the Filth King is not using a spell to make this tower fall apart. It's just returning to the ocean from whence it came. They were fighting a spell that Nyx has now successfully dispelled for them. Looking back at the tower, as you see the magic begin to fade, you see the signature, the magic behind why this tower would be here, solitary in the middle of the ocean. And it's familiar. It's familiar because when Perrin casts a spell, half of him holds the same signature as this. That 20 Arcana check, it belongs to his dad. His dad put this spell here to protect Paralandra, to hold her above the ocean for as long as possible. In this moment, as you cast this spell, Nyx, like just attempting to like use your kind of like raw power that you are just sort of starting to tap into and like flex your muscles, instinctual, like push the thing away, get it away. You charge that onto the tower. You see the cracks fill. Vox, you're seeing the mass glow. Fauna, before the tower disappears, you realize that this is happening. I'll give you the chance to take an action. Is there anything that Fauna can do in this moment? The beyond, like the spell's already cast, the tower is going to dispel. You immediately realize like the tower is going to like, it's not falling apart in pieces now. The whole thing is coming down into the ocean immediately in this moment.
And how many people are still up there?
Still in the tower, still at the top. It's Vera. Let's see, Vera, Paralandra, Nyx, Vox. Maya's on your back, Kat's on your back, Cicero, August, and Perrin are all on the ground down below. Nat 20 Arcana check, I'm gonna give, like, it's kind of like the stone and rock down below. That's going into the ocean too. Everything in this moment is being reclaimed by the ocean.
So there's gonna be no land or anything. It's just gonna be water.
As far as you can see.
How far am I from the water ground?
You've got speed. I'll say this. I mean, you've got a fly speed of 80 feet. It means if you take your full action to dash, you can move 160. But we're kind of like, that could get you to the ground where Perrin is before it disappears. It could also get you back up to where, but I mean, you can't carry all of them.
Yeah, but if Maya, if I dump Maya, will she be like? Will she? How far?
I'm gonna give you this on the Nat 20 Arcana check too. Like, I think in this, like, again, like, combat is so, like, each round is 6 seconds, so you're having these like one after another as you're reading the signature of this magic. You're also like, you feel what is going on with the Filth King here in this place. You're all safe. You're all oathbound. Filth King either one of two things, can't touch you, even if they wanted to, but maybe they don't. You're not in danger. Everyone else not oathbound in mortal peril.
But if people if people plummet from a height, that's not really like the Oath King doing something to them. So like if the tower disappears and everyone falls,
it's a nat 20 Arcana check. I'll connect a little investigation dot for you. The tower, you're right. It wouldn't be directly by like they're reclaiming the tower. You happen to be on the tower and you fell. Maybe the Filth King doesn't want you hurt. I'll tell you, like in the history of this campaign, this is probably one of the more like sticky and difficult like situations I've put one of you in, because you're real, like you are getting a reaction now to like in some way try and mitigate the damage being done.
I'm going to use my can I move and still take an action? Or is moving my action?
No, you can move 80 feet and then still take an action. So 80 feet would get you back to where everyone else is, like where Nyx is casting the spell and kind of everyone else on the tower still is grouped there.
But it wouldn't get me to the boat, because that's further.
Wouldn't get you to the boat. Boat is like a couple minutes out there before it's anchored.
All right, I'm going to...
Just for numbers' sake, a young dragon can carry roughly 500 some odd pounds. And you're
Holy
carrying
shit.
one person already. Yeah, so I think you can get away with another person in a claw and a person on your back.
But I don't have
it
a
is,
claw.
You don't, but you
They'd
have a
have to
long
hold on.
serpentine body. They can
Just
all hold
on
your
you, yeah.
body.
But it is going to be a struggle.
500 pounds.
How much does Maya weigh?
Maya's a big beefy girl. Maya's like just over 200, super bulky. But 300. I mean, here's the thing. It's not
A
Vox
large 19
and
strength,
Nyx
570
and
pounds.
Vera, but it's two of them.
I mean, I think... Sorry, not Vox and Nyx, but if I'm sensing that, like, the Filth King is not trying to or wanting to hurt us specifically, I am definitely going to, if I can carry more people, which I thought I couldn't, but thank you, Tyler. I'm going to fly back up, and if I can, take Vera and Paralandra.
Right. Yep. You can. I forgot Paralandra. Yes, you can take both of them. Both like you fly back.
Can you take my dog?
Please. It depends on how much he weighs. I don't know.
Yes, you can. The cat is.
But how would he hold on though?
The cat is looking at you like that dog's not going to get
Greyhounds,
on here, right? The dog's
Greyhounds weigh
not
60
the
to
dog.
88 pounds.
Not the dog. Do we have to take the dog?
Yes, we have to. Yes.
Okay. It's fine. Get the dog. Get the dog. Just please get back down on the ground.
I'm gonna use. I'm assuming I'm sort of a long serpentine shape. Can I just wrap my tail around Brightburn?
Yeah.
So that he just like is secure
Coiled
and not
into the
gonna
tail.
fall.
Yeah, you can get Brightburn. You're still up in the air. Like you can't get all the way back down to the ground, but you have got Paralandra and Vera safely off the tower. It leaves just Vox and Nyx now remaining on the tower. Everyone else is on the ground as the tower is collapsing. Nyx impulsively reached out, like took a big swing, channeled powerful magic. And in the moment after your action, give me an Arcana check.
Easy lovers can't lose.
No way. Are you kidding? Was it a nat 20?
Nat 20.
Hell yes.
Here's the deal. We're going to do our 10-minute break now. And when we come back, Nyx, I'll tell you what you get. So we'll see everyone in like 10 minutes.
Okay, bye.
just to clarify for you, Nyx, what is happening now we are back in a memory, but it's like not, I think in it is just the memory, so it's not like you're aware that you're remembering something. It's not like a dream where you can like, this is just a moment that happened in the past. And to set the stage for you, you are standing at the edge of the shore, where the tower that you grew up in and that Etheria also grew up in, and you along with Etheria stands. You can see the ocean washing up onto the shores. And as this happens, behind you, coming from the tower, from Loonhelm, is the noise of a celebration. It is a gala tonight. All of Loonhelm's finest are dressed to the nines. Everyone is here to take part. There is dancing, there is drinking, there is celebration. And in a quiet moment, you are standing out here alone. Give me a perception check real quick.
I swear I'm not making this up. It's another 20.
Okay. Not a lot of like super fun stuff to reward you with, but on a nat 20, you hear creeping up behind you very familiar footsteps. Polanos was never as good as Etheria at sneaking up on people. Etheria, Wood Elf, knows how to stay quiet. Polanos, Sea Elf, never quite mastered walking on land. You hear his footsteps like crunching behind you as he's trying to sneak up on you. I think at this point in the memory, we put you at about I think you would be almost 24. So just to give you a little bit of context for the memory too, because it is your memory, and so you would know, 24 means you've been here with Etheria for almost 14 years. And for the last 4, Polanos has been there as well. You hear him going to like sneak up behind you, and he goes to like try and grab your shoulder.
The least you can do is at least step when a wave is crashing. And I think Nyx is gonna like grab their wrist and playfully like try and put them into a hold.
No check necessary. Like, Polanos is surprised enough that you like spin around and put him in a hold. A sea elf who is almost the spitting image of Perrin. A little bit taller, a little bit leaner. And with different eyes, they're like, they're really this wild, like, sea green that almost like moves as you look at, like, it's almost like you can see them swirling around if you look into his eyes. You spin him around and pin him in the front. Oh, God, I'm never gonna be able to sneak up on you, am I?
No, you're not. I don't know why you keep trying.
I give up. I give up. Sneaking is you and Etheria's thing, and that's fine. Sneaking can
They'll,
be your
like,
thing.
tussle his hair before they like playfully shove him off a little bit.
White hair like sea foam, you shove him off.
How's she doing? She getting a little tipsy on that good stuff yet?
I mean, she has had more kushat than I have. I will say that. She's looking for you.
I know. It's as much her night as, well, everyone else's, so I wanted her to be able to have the spotlight without a little shadow to lean on.
Yeah, but I mean, you know Etheria, like, she loves the parties, but she hates the spotlight.
She better get used to it.
Yeah.
She's gonna live in it soon enough.
I mean, yeah. 6 months until coronation?
Mm-hmm. You thought about what you're gonna do?
Give me an insight check.
Here's my insight. 18.
On an 18. Give me a history check, too. It's not a very high DC.
11.
Okay. 11's high enough. Nyx, when the, like, elves, any of the Fae race really, like, there is a, not being separate, like they are a part of this world, but they came from somewhere else. That includes night elves too, but sea elves, wood elves, anything else that can directly trace their lineage back to people that walked out of the Feywild and into the mortal realm. They all tend to have their own ways of creating life, reproduction. You know, there are the Akari who their mothers give birth to, like, sometimes upwards of 300 children at a time, and it's like there's really only a few mothers every generation who continue to, like, keep the wheel turning. There's a particular thing both, not necessarily with night elves, it tends to be more with wood and sea elves, but like the love between two of them and the intimacy shared, like, to not get too much into the physiology of it, it essentially gives you a spark, but you can hold that spark, like, you know, it's almost like the spark you could give birth in 9 months, regular mortal human cycle. You could hold it for longer. You could give birth in a year, 2 years, but you hold that spark inside you until you know it's time. Which is not really something we've discussed in this campaign before. Sea elves, much like seahorses, the males can also hold children. 18 insight, you're looking at Polanos. You can't hide it. You see he looks away, like breaks eye contact with you for a second, and there's like almost this deep blue blush that colors his cheeks. And then he looks back to you. We're pregnant. Both of us.
Nix is like shocked for a hot second, and then I think just buries him in a hug.
Yeah. No, I'm taking hugs for two now,
Congratulations,
I
I
guess.
know.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean,
yeah, Etheria wasn't gonna tell you yet. God, I'm so bad at keeping secrets. She keeps them so much better than me.
this is one I'm glad you haven't kept.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, it makes sense for us to, hold off until after the inauguration. I guess that's, I'm trying to focus on that, but it's hard to focus on anything else.
I don't blame you. Are you... I'm sorry, my mind is a wreck. This is... I can't imagine how you must feel.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when we were kids, Theria had one of her dreams. You know the ones.
Yeah.
She told me this would happen.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
She even told me the name. One of them.
Of course she picked names already. Of course she did.
Hey, you spill one secret, I'm gonna spill another.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can't keep secrets. She's gonna know. Now I know. Okay, it's fine. Look, I know it's a lot. Let's go. Let's just get back in there.
I'm happy for you. Both of you, truly.
You'll look out for him, right?
With my life. And long after that.
Yeah. All right. Nix, in this moment, there's the noise inside. It's not like the noise inside is not completely dimmed out by the crashing of waves. It kind of melds with it. Over the waves, you hear the distant, you can barely pick it up over the sound of the waves, but the distant of a horn blares out. And you see a point of light far out on the ocean go up. Planos quickly turns around, looks out to the beacon, back to you. That's odd. Why would I be summoned? Whatever. Look, it's probably nothing. I'm going to get out there, check on it. Tell Etheria tell Etheria I have a surprise for her, and I'm coming back with it. I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise I won't miss too much.
I've got you. And I'm a lot better liar.
That's true.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on her too.
Okay.
Maybe give her a few waters.
Yeah. Okay.
Be safe.
Be right back. And
Hey. suits you. That little glow.
Yeah. What do you think about Paralandra?
I think that's weirdly in line with what your partner has in mind, and every day she convinces me more and more of fate.
Yeah. Well,
It's beautiful. I like it.
we're just two fish in the ocean. He smiles at you, dives into the waves. Nyx. On a nat 20 Arcana check, you not only recognize the signature that you have, the magic that you have just dispelled. That memory comes to mind. And in that memory coming to mind, why now, and why not before? Like, why wouldn't you have? You've been with Perrin now for a good amount of time. You know that he doesn't know anything. Like, why would you have never, all your thoughts of Etheria, you never thought of and on a nat 20 Arcana check, it's going to hit you all at once. You remember tales of the Abshurialin. The darkness beyond the stars devours light, devours worlds, devours life, takes everything, and leaves nothing behind. Including time. When Perrin acquiesced the ocean as a domain for the Filth King to do what they do, they took it. And they took everything. Not just now, but through everything. In your mind, you realize right now, like, you are all the, like, moments, especially throughout the last, like, you know, what are we at, almost 6 months now, maybe close to, that you've been traveling with the party, that you've been with your Oathbound. Any time that you've come across, like, the history of sea elves, always obscure, always, well, they disappeared, went into the ocean, like, gone along, kind of wiped off the map from the world. Which never really made sense, because you know that they were Orethkin. You would have grown up around sea elves. You would have... But so much of them is missing from your memory. Taken with the ocean. Sea elves are bound to the ocean. It's not their domain anymore, though. And because of the way that the Abshurialin works, it never was. All these moments in time rippling out slowly like the tide. from this sinner, this moment when you all took the oath and Perrin offered up the ocean. Not just in the 3 dimensions, but in 4 dimensions. Through time. And all those moments are disappearing, being swallowed up. Nat 20 Arcana check, I'll give you this too. The only reason that Perrin is here, that like can't touch Perrin. Perrin's oathbound. Can erase everything else around him, all the lines that connect him to things. But not Perrin. And this tower, a mighty act of magic by Polanos to preserve the daughter that he gave birth to in the last corner of the ocean that had yet to be taken. A way to protect her, as if somehow giving her more time, maybe there would be a way, maybe someone would come. Maybe your brother. Who knows, maybe you, maybe the prime of night. But the tower is gone now. And it is only the ocean below. Perrin. Let me find my cue point real quick.
Literal grief, so fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. Perrin, you are 8 years old. Golden waves of grass in sandy soil that reaches up to the shores where you can see the ocean lapping in, your house close behind you. We've visited close to this moment before. But here you are. Memory. You're looking out. You see the waves come crashing in. Give me a perception check.
$21.
21. Beautiful day. The Golden Shores are alive. You see, this is a thriving, not quite the size of a city, but it is the home of both sea elves and those who have partnered with sea elves. You're standing, you are watching like figures walk in, like wade in from the water, like, you know, starting like the crown of their head is revealed as waves wash over, as they're slowly walking up onto the shore carrying bundles of fish, some of them carrying oysters, like already shucking through them looking for pearls. From behind you, a little bit in the distance, but you're close enough to your house that you still hear her call. The voice of your mother, Etheria. Perrin!
Perrin considers saying nothing. And then he sighs and goes, yes?
You call back the yes. I need you to come here.
Yeah, Perrin doesn't want to keep shouting because he doesn't want to hear any of the cooler elves to hear him argue with his mom. So he looks around to see if anyone heard, and then he scrambles back home.
You scramble back home. Your mother, waiting there at the door of your house, welcomes you back in. Give me an insight check.
$16.
Okay. Your mother looks down at you. It seems like maybe a little flustered, but like not too much. Crouches down so she's on your level. You've been looking out at the ocean again, haven't you?
Yeah, so what's wrong with that? What do you mean?
Can I show you something?
Okay.
Comes behind you, over your shoulder, points a finger far, far out on the horizon. It's pretty far for an 8-year-old to see, but that was a good perception check. Far in the distance you see just like this smallest little spindle raised in the ocean. Do you see that point out there?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Is that where, I don't know.
Well, you remember how I've told you that one day your father will come to find us.
Yeah, but he's not here.
He's out there.
Perrin squints at it, doesn't find it very impressive.
It's far away from here. I understand. It's probably more impressive once you get out there. You know, you built it for us.
Why can't we go there?
There's a note of, like, you catch just a moment, just a little slip of the veil in your mother's eye. This sadness, a distance that in your own eyes now, as an adult, is sometimes reflected. It's thinking about things that are far away, both in distance and time. I wish we could. It's not ready yet. It's not safe, but your Your father's going to make it safe. And when he does, he'll come back to us, and then we can all go out there and join him.
I think Perrin's pretty skeptical of his mom about this. Like, this has been a story he's heard a lot of times, and at this point, he kind of doesn't really believe it, so he just kind of shrugs. He's like, why did you need to talk about this so urgently? You said you needed me in here.
No, no reason, just, just come inside real quick. I made dinner.
Mom, it's like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Sorry. Go back out and play. It'll be fine.
What did you make?
I made grilled fish.
I can make an exception.
I made that sauce you like with the red kelp.
I can definitely make an exception. Okay, let's eat then.
Okay. Let's eat. Perrin, you are standing right now on these same shores. Sand beneath your feet, looking out. But it's night. There's no one else around. Your home is not behind you. It's just a bare landscape. That grass waving in a slight breeze coming off the ocean. Waves crashing. And a nearly full moon shining down. Looking out across the water, if your eyes lock to that point, that tower that you were told about, it's not there. In this moment, a shadow grows on the beach. Not a figure of substance, but of something else. I didn't mean to take that from you. I'm so new to this. Having a body, being a person. I'm learning. Your memories, they're important to you as mortals, yes?
I mean, I think they were.
You
can't really be sure now.
Yeah. I do apologize for my part in that. It really has only been recently that I've started poking around in there. You and the others, there are gaps. Gaps that I didn't make when I took the waters. Have you lost memories before?
Yeah, cool. I mean, definitely be invasive in my memories and then interrogate me about it like you didn't. Yeah, fine. Yep. Other people took my memories too.
I can give you them back. I mean,
All of my memories?
well, the ones that disappeared with my actions. Let it not be said about the Lord of Nothing that I did not give my friends good gifts when I could.
Friends? You're calling it a gift to give me what was mine back?
Well, Oathbound, you gave me the ocean, whether you knew my nature or not. I needed something to consume. A scorpion stings, a bird soars. I eat. And when I am done, there is nothing left. But for you, Oathbound, I can relinquish this. I can give you your memories, at least, of the ocean and how it was.
Us being oathbound, it sure seems like we're working towards pretty opposite goals.
Well, just because we're bound doesn't mean we're all on the same page. My goals are simple, and I suppose if our goals are not aligned, the least I can do is honor the tenets of our oath to leave you as unharmed as I possibly can.
Is that all that you said an oath to? Because I'm pretty sure there was some other stuff in there.
To protect, to accompany, all foreign terms, things that I've never learned.
Yeah, well, don't mean to be critical and all that, but you're doing kind of a shit job of keeping up your oath.
Oh. Well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the one who chose to give away something so important.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure you kind of joined the oath without actually getting the consent of everyone else involved.
There is that. Well, what are you gonna do?
All right, give me my belongings back.
I can do that.
What would sate your hunger then, having taken so much and so weirdly apologetic about taking my memories, when your goal is to take all and just keep consuming? Don't you see that that's worth more than memories?
Like I said, it's in my nature to consume. So I'm going to keep doing that. I started with the ocean, and now that that's complete, I suppose I'll have to find somewhere else to move on to next. Of course, I won't directly harm you or any of the others, but I suppose if I thought it out to the end, in my mind, I'm a blessed end to the infinite chaos and suffering of life. Of the inevitable
Oh, that's what it is.
conclusion.
Yeah, you think you're the end, and so it's all good and justified. Don't you see that your nature's straight up contradictory? All you do is eat, but your goal is for there to be nothing? You can't eat nothing.
Well, when there is nothing left but us, then I suppose at the end we can all close the book together.
All right, well, why don't you go ahead and think about the oath that you swore to and recognize that nothing is the same thing as doing harm. And that if there is nothing, you are in fact still directly harming us. But who am I kidding? I don't think you give a shit about any oath that you swore. I think that was just a convenient way to fuck around with whatever was keeping you back before.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Let me ask you something. If or maybe I should say when this little moment of ours ends, it'll just be all of you floating in an ocean that belongs to me. Your sister's not part of the oath. And as it is in my nature to consume, I don't know if I see a way out of this. How many people can you fit on that little boat?
I think the question that you need to be asking yourself, so single-minded that you are, so sure of your purpose and your nature, thing you need to be asking is, what is the nature of the people you are in an oath with? And how might you have overjudged your own importance? Because last time I checked, you weren't consuming everything just a little while ago. Something kept you back. Something is stronger than you. And I don't think you understand that we're not just going to sit around and be fine with you consuming.
Nothing is stronger than me.
Yeah, sure.
Worlds.
Yeah. Nothing is stronger than you except for your completely unchangeable nature. Don't you see how utterly boring you are?
Well, I think maybe it would do you well to learn a little bit more about what I am.
Mm-hmm. A thing known well enough that we have, legends and myth and names for you, but something still stopped you. So what is it that's out there that kept you back for so very long?
You can only eat so much at once, but I'm growing stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Strong. That's the way to describe nothing.
Well, good luck getting everyone on the boat.
Sure thing.
I'll
Sure.
give you that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's cool. It's like, gonna eat everything at some point. Like, the threats just, they don't mean anything anymore. You already threatened it. So, like, yeah, sure. Take some more things away from me.
Just tell me what.
No, I'll just take my memories back. That's fine. Actually, you know what? If you want to take this oath away, that'd be great. You just bow right out of it. Make your oath nothing.
Perrin, as you say that, you are now speaking to an empty beach, and then empty no more. You are standing at the base of the tower. Everyone.
Perrin is just muttering himself.
Yeah,
Fucking
go
guy
ahead
just
and
wants to.
come
Fucking
back.
guy just wants to monologue all the time. Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's see. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Here's what I will say. Tower gone. Suspended in that space. Nyx, you are still holding on to Vox. Fly is still cast on Vox. Before I say anything else that happens, Vox, I'll give you a moment to take an action. You are suspended here, like holding Nyx up. The tower beneath you disappearing. You see now the stones that, like, everyone is standing on below. You cannot tell whether the water is rising or the stones are sinking. but in a shimmer and a flash of that same light that you saw emanate from Nyx, the tower is gone. What do you do?
I have Nyx. How far out is our actual ship?
Let's see. We said a couple minutes. I'm going to say that it's a couple minutes by, like, let's do the math here. A couple minutes rowing your dinghy. We will give your dinghy, you're rowing it through the water. We're going to say I'm going to give it a speed of 15 if you were all rowing hard, so 15 feet. 15 feet every 6 seconds times 10, so 150. Wait, hold on.
So much
15
math.
feet. It is. Hold on. 150. I think that might actually only be 150 feet in a minute.
To row the boat?
Yeah, I think so. Which means that in 2 minutes, I guess that is only 300 feet. Is that right?
How far can a young blue dragon tow it with 2 people on its back?
3 people and a cat and a dog.
And Vox can just fly. Pretty sure there's less people in the dinghy now.
There is.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did my math right. I think that is only like 300 feet out.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fully confident that we'll get back to the boat in time.
I mean, Vox, you're holding Nyx. Your fly speed is 180 feet if you use your full move and your bonus, like everything to just dash. But we talked about on the break, you have that rune that you can activate too, which would double that to 360 feet, which puts you within range of the boat.
Yeah, I'm going to activate my rune. And I think as I am flying back to the boat with Nyx in arms, I want to make eye contact with Karen, who presumably is with his sister on land.
Let's see, where was Paralandra? Paralandra was...
She's with me. She's
with
on
Fauna.
me.
On Fauna.
Which
I'm getting
I don't-
Cicero and August into the dinghy.
Yeah, I don't think I've landed. So we're
Fauna
still,
hasn't landed yet. So in this
we're still
moment,
in the air.
like, basically, like, does Vox want to get back to the ship? Dashing like this, you would need to make an athletics check to be able to, like, take Nyx with you, but it's not a very high DC. Do you want to just try and dash back to the ship with Nyx and get there ahead of everyone else, or are you gonna, I guess, go down
to help everyone get on, to just be able to help everyone get back on the ship as quickly as possible. So I would dash over there.
to tell them to, like, pull up anchor and start heading towards the dinghy?
Yeah.
Got it. Great. Okay, give me an athletics check. DC's, I'm gonna say just like an 8 to hold on to Nyx while you're doing this.
15. I've got you.
Truly like a lightning bolt. Like you're flying, so you're not just running now. Nyx, you feel the wind coursing through your hair as in an instant you are back on the ship. Both of you give me perception checks.
21.
Good, because I got a 6.
Okay, 6, you land back on the deck of the ship, Vox. You're looking around wildly, like, it's taking you a moment to like, you just moved really fucking fast. It's taking you a second to like catch your breath.
Just kind of heaving, just like.
Nyx, you are there on the deck of the ship. You look around. The ship is not in the condition that you left it in. You know, it was a couple minutes away, like everything that has been happening. While what has been happening with the tower has been happening, the tower has been collapsing. Some of those save waves that were like hitting the tower and causing the collapse, they have been battering the ship. You look around and you see that this ship is in pieces. Like, it's the majority of like the hull and it, like, that is still in place. It is battered. There's actively like water flooding even like the top deck that you're on right there. It's a couple inches, like swirls around your feet. You look over, you see that like crew is dashing frantically around the ship. You see that like Cletus is kneeled over Atticus. You see like basically like a broken spar of the mast, like a huge piece of wood right nearby. And you just see like a wound on it, like looks like he was fucking knocked out cold by whatever that, like Cletus is bending over him. You arrive on the deck. Cletus looks back up at you. Hey, does someone want to tell me what the fuck is going on?
We need to go. How long do you think
we don't have a ship?
Stay up? We have
we got
fucking dinghy.
We got you see that the captain, like
Nyx,
standing up at the helm of the ship, goes to like shout out something to you. Before he can, there is a wave that hits, knocks him, captain, gone, as the wave washes over the ship. Cletus looks back to you. We got no time.
We need Perrin to open a door and get us somewhere. Are they back yet?
They're not. You left on a dinghy and the tower's not there anymore. I don't know what to. Fuck. All right. I mean, do we? Nyx, your perception check was 20. What? It was over
21.
21. I'm gonna make a perception check for Cletus really quick. Actually, it's a 19 on the die.
Also, while they are flying in Vox, they turned their head in almost as if to like shield from the wind, but you realized only after you felt like tears land on you that it was really to hide that they were crying. But
Cletus looks back up at you. I mean, I guess we get off the ship and maybe they'll make it back in the dinghy. We can cling on to wreckage. And then you realize he's looking around, and Nyx, he realizes something at the same time as you do. Things like there is detritus being like not parts of the ship that are being actively like knocked off as these waves batter it. The captain just got swept overboard. They're not in the water below. They're just gone.
I see Simone.
What do you see, Simone? 21 perception check. You do not. 21 perception check, you would see that, like, of the things that have snapped and broken off the ship, Crow's Nest was one of them.
Is Cletus one of the Oathbound?
He was not just present for the ceremony. I mean, he pledged to the Court of the Green, but, you know, Bert gone now, but like was the only other one that was oathbound that isn't here. Cletus got a really high perception check. Cletus is seeing the same things that you are, Nyx. He's holding Atticus there, but he's still kneeling down on the deck. He's looking around. It's him, isn't it? It's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm just gonna look back and see how the dinghy by the tower is faring.
I mean, if all of you are
And
in the
others.
dinghy, yeah. We'll go back to the dinghy. I mean, it took you. It takes 2 minutes to row the dinghy, though. But I will ask, Fauna, you're in the form of.
Does it seem to be being battered by the same waves, or is it just like peacefully? Yeah, that's what I thought.
peaceful as
Okay.
can be.
Perrin has mage-handed a large loop of rope 30 feet into the air, and he's kind of waving at Dragon Fauna.
Yeah, I mean, Fauna, if you're trying to like get it there faster, like tow the boat.
Yeah, I mean, if I have the capability to carry people and do that, I will do that.
I think your best bet is to let people off of your boat and just like if you're lashed to the boat, they can all fit in the dinghy. It's to try and get the dinghy back to.
Okay.
In order to tow it, the speed with which you can get back towing this boat, there's no other way. You are making an athletics check, but hold on, let me look up that young dragon stat block again, because you're going to make an athletics check, but you get to add this number to it since your physicality is not Fauna's, it's something else.
That's good.
It's strength 19.
Fauna's not very athletic. She doesn't work out.
You are adding there's young red dragon. I'm just looking up a young dragon. Like, there is no proficiency in athletics, so the strength is +6. So you're adding a 6 to this roll. There's not necessarily a DC to hit. I'm just going to tell you the higher you get, the quicker you're going to be able to tow this boat.
Well, I rolled a 19, so is 25 gonna help?
Yeah, a 25 is pretty good.
You just see like a little like shimmery green magic trail behind the dragon, just rocketing through the air as fast as she can.
Yeah. Also, we need to do this real quick. It's late by about 10 seconds, but go ahead and give me a roll for the wellspring chart.
Not something bad. Is 00 mean zero? Like
You got
1%
double
or is
zero,
yeah.
so
then I mean-
you got 100.
Well, I guess if that's then do you just not add the extra die if you get 100?
Oh no, you have to roll the other one. So if you get 00, it basically means you're in the ones. If you roll, I think
I rolled a 1 on the other die. So is that 1 or
That
is
is-
that 100?
that's because the other die, does it have a 0? The one that you rolled a 1 on.
Yeah, it has a 0.
It goes from 0 to 99, technically.
So, but all zeros would be 100. So you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, 1.
The differences between these two things are wild.
Did I just murder everybody?
You did not murder everybody.
Just most of them? Sorry, guys.
No, in this moment, heading back to the boat. I mean, I'll tell you what the one is on the Wellspring chart. It's a D100 chart. the reading for the 1 on the wellspring chart is that you lose control of your impulses and you become the fully feral for even more so than you were before.
So it's just off to the Feywild then, or what?
In this moment, like, Fauna, you are going as fast as you can. You got that nat 20 Arcana check too. Like, you know Cletus is back on board. You know what's coming for Cletus if Cletus touches the water. You have to get back. You are you are pulling the dinghy. It is creating a wake that you are going so fast. And as you strain against this, you feel the bounce, like your desire to get back is burning so fierce in you. It consumes you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long ago was our fight on the ship?
Fight on the ship. Which, like the storm thing?
Like right before.
It was long enough for all of you to have a short rest, but not a long rest.
Okay.
It took a couple hours on that to get to this tower.
Because I was just curious how long the rune tower would have worked on her mind.
That wouldn't even do, because there's no save on this. It was a 1 on the wild magic chart that we made for Fauna.
Is it just 1? Because I have something at 3. So is 2?
It's literally just
something else?
1. It's literally just the 1.
Can I fight it enough to get the boat, like the boat comes coasting it, the dinghy comes coasting into the ship as I'm like just lose it?
I want you to give me a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to tell you right now this. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna, I don't know if it will like be a lower DC or something. But I was, I'll let her do it first.
Okay. DC for this wisdom save, Fauna, is 21. So you had to get a 21 or higher on a wisdom save.
Definitely did not. I got 14.
Okay.
Unless the cat can give me advantage for some reason. Help me hold my shit together.
Well, I'll ask you this, because it makes the stakes very high. The cat could give you advantage if the cat was with you. Did the cat get back on the boat, or is the cat on you? Because if the cat's on you, when you change, the cat is going to fall into the waters below. But could give you advantage on the wisdom save.
I'm trying to think if I would have.
I
think I probably would have left the cat in the boat.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the
Safer.
cat didn't leave you. The cat is still like clinging claws into your scales
I was gonna
on
say,
your
I
back.
feel like I would have dropped the cat off
Behind
the
the horns.
boat.
I'm not getting off. Let's tow this thing. Let's go. Go. Look, I'll use these. They'll be like spurs. I'm just gonna feel the claws. Faster. You gotta go faster. We gotta get back. I need the nice green man. I need his pets. They're very important to me.
Things are happening.
Make me the wisdom save with advantage. You're trying to get a 21 or higher.
$26.
26.
Yeah, 26. 17 plus 9.
The rest of you on the ship see that green shimmer, and then coming in like a fucking rocket, this serpentine green dragon now falling out of the sky. But like the dinghy's going so fast, it kind of like hits the side of the boat with a little bit of force. Collapsing in a pile on the deck, the cat leaps off. We gotta go. Everyone, boat, get on the tiny boat. We should get on the tiny boat now. That would be a good idea.
Fauna's just hissing.
Fauna?
Cletus, you're stronger than me. I need you to drag Atticus over. And
How-
Nick's
Oh, go ahead.
gonna start shouting for their dad. And
No. Nope. Follow me.
Nix, your
Other way.
perception. Nix, your perception check was good enough. You're looking around shouting for your dad. You see Atticus is wearing the Loonstone. You don't see your dad anywhere, but you see the other Loonstone,
they
like
were
your
gonna put them
father's
in there.
Loonstone
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perrin is pointing down into the ship. This way. Stop fucking arguing. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Cletus is gonna like.
We don't all fit on the fucking boat. I don't want to be on the ocean in a fucking 8-foot boat with 35 people.
Can we get everyone through what you're planning to do?
I don't know. Perrin is going
Cicero
to
is
run
there. Yeah.
to the room with the door. He's yelling at the crew too, who all know him and trust him because of gambling.
You're
He's
yelling,
challenging them.
I'm gonna make a luck check
Calling
right
all
now
his debts.
to basically see how much of the crew is left. You are all headed down into the deck. Like, Fun. I think at this point, like your form is reverting. You're like not the dragon anymore, but you are like fighting. You still have a little bit of your faculties left, like enough to sort of take in what's going on. Cletus, who I think has seen you like this before, is like got you. Cletus is like, I mean, if you're walking, great, then you're walking. Like you're bigger now, so you're closer to Cletus's height actually. But Cletus is like helping you along deck.
I like that
also,
Cletus
like, big enough
immediately
has got-
recognizes that this is Fauna.
Has
Asks
got
zero question.
Has got Atticus over one shoulder too. I mean, Cletus is a hill giant.
I mean, I'm still inevitably
You're going
like
to
my
transform,
role is just
but
to make it to the boat,
I'm
but
giving,
I still am.
yeah, I'm giving you enough of your faculties, like in these
Okay.
last couple moments here.
Would another, I don't know if this is a spell effect, but would another dispel magic on Fauna as she's fighting it help?
No, it's an internal thing. Like this is
Yeah.
Part of who Fauna is. You are all heading below deck. Perrin, I think I know where you, but if Perrin, you want to like
before, while everyone's like
He makes
in
a
the
detour
chaos.
to the Loroco.
Yeah, Nyx
Yeah.
is already ahead of you. Nyx, while passing Cletus, who's towing Atticus, is like, you better fucking take care of him. And they are running back
Yeah.
for the Loroco.
Loroco's there. Oh right, luck check.
Is
Looking for
Quinn
the
there?
crew.
Did Quinn make it?
On a 12, there are 2 members. Hold on, let me get my notes. You find 2 members of the crew on the way down. I actually need my big NPC list because I know that I'm going
What
to
about
forget
Kurt?
some of them. What we're going to do right now,
Ismith?
on a 12, 2 above a 10, you find 2 crew members on the way down. And that includes like the people that had come with you too, not just the crew that you hired. I need to look at my list and I'm going to roll. Oh, this is going to be, let's see. That is 1. Well, let's see. No, Vera's already with. So Mariko's already swept off. We got Simone, who no one has seen yet. We got Simone. We got Quinn. We have Ismith, that moth. No, Rosa's gone. Rosa would have been on deck.
Vlad.
And Kurt and Vladimir. So I think that is 5. I'm going to roll a d10 2 times. And that is going to give me my numbers. It's a 4, a 7, which counts as a 3. So I'm just looking at my list here, and I'm going to go straight down it. 1, 2, 3. Kurt and Ismith are below deck. So the Palomino and Kurt. Kurt looks at you. Hey, things are getting pretty crazy up there. I don't know if you have a plan but like the ship's falling apart.
Where's Vladimir?
I don't know. He was up on deck with what was that fella's name in the crow's nest all the time? Simone, I'm look, the ship's falling apart. What are we doing?
Further down, deeper in, and Perrin goes to the room with the door.
Perrin, you step into the room with the door. Empty door frame there, standing in front of you. Nyx, I need there's nothing else that this could possibly be. I need an investigation check. Okay. I need an Arcana check, too.
Add favored by the gods to that. 30-20.
Okay. You're looking at the door. You know Perrin's magic with the doors. You also know there was Perrin, I mean, I think this happened in session, but like you were reluctant to use that power, but also like how would you use it? You've never been to the Nightlands. There's no way to like anchor the point. Dirty 20. To create an anchor point, like a powerful, it wouldn't be a sure thing. But if you had something that originated in the Nightlands, some kind of like, and the more powerful the artifact, the more powerful the thing, the better. Something that like could work like a beacon to pull you towards home. Shot in the dark. But if
there's only one thing, it's their fucking moonstone.
Has the Loonstone been there within the last 6 months?
It is the Nightlands. It's a literal resource made from it.
And
it is in its soil.
Also been
in the last
Nightlands.
It's been 6 months. Yes, exactly.
I think almost exactly to the
months.
date it has been in the Nightlands in 6 months, because that is where it was gifted.
Yeah.
Nick's still inside. It was gifted to the Lord of Broken Light.
Yeah, that gives me an associated object, which gives me, I think that means I'm on target, according to the spell as written. Unless you were going to throw a wrench in.
No, I'm not going to throw a wrench. It says you can just do it without having to roll, or it gives you a shot. Let me look
Associated object means that you possess an object taken from the desired destination within the last 6 months. Which puts me above very familiar. It actually makes it safer than traveling to a place I'm very familiar with.
Ooh.
I think the only place that's better is the cabin. The cabin I have a permanent connection with.
No, associated object. Mishap, similar off target, not even a chance you're on target. Here's what I am going to say though. Using this anchor, it's like a spell component. You consume the object. Dirty 20 Arcana check, Nyx, you don't know what that will mean for you. But it would work. And on your 17 investigation, I'll give you this. Not everyone can fit in that dinghy.
Perrin is staring at the door and he's muttering to himself and he's like, do I go to the cabin? Do I go back to the tower? That sets us back months. Do we go? Which way do we go? Do we go back?
Paralandra with us. Next is gonna look from Perrin to Paralandra to Atticus, who is wearing the other safer lunestone with Mala in it.
Yeah, Atticus still unconscious, but Cletus has got him.
Everyone else there. And they're going to take off their lunestone and they're going to hold it up to Perrin. And I'm sorry. I knew it might break the magic of your family's ancestral seed, but not like this.
What? What do you mean?
I only wanted to protect you too. And, well, I made a promise. I love you. I love you both. I love you all. I swore to your parents I would protect you.
What?
But you get them safe. And you get them there.
Wait, what do you mean? Who did you swear
They're going to give him the lunestone and they're going to close his hand over it. We don't have time for this. That water is coming, and if it touches anyone else here who is not us, they're dead. They're gone. There's a lot I want to talk about, but
Kurt is with his back against the door, looking at all of you. I think the ship's coming apart. If we're gonna do something, we gotta do it.
Elijah, Perrin looks at the lunestone and he feels like the connection, or I don't know. I'm telling you, I guess. I'm asking you. He understands that he can make the teleport spell, like he can feel that magic.
Yep, inherently you feel it as an anchor point.
Because it was there within the last 6 months.
It's there within the last 6 months.
He digs into one of his pockets and he pulls out the finger bones of a night guard soldier that he killed. That was 4 months ago in canon. And that was a recently arrived invading force.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to roll a luck check. Because who's to say how long the night guard? Who's to say how long the night guard were there for? Okay.
Nyx is going to do the whistle that Etheria used to do for Amos to call her and call her over onto their finger and bump them over to Perrin.
What does the luck check tell us?
I mean,
fuck up your moment.
give me. I'm not going to tell you what the luck check was, but you can give me an Arcana check to see if you can read the weave. Does this thing have the same kind of pull to where you're trying to go that the Lunestone does?
Okay, so the Lunestone he can feel inherently feels like this is
inherently
right.
Feels like it. It's going to be a DC 20 Arcana check to read anything accurately off these finger bones.
The longer that this is taking, the more that Fauna is becoming unhinged, and she.
I mean, you've talked about it more than they.
Yeah.
She is fighting to get free right now from.
Cletus is
holding her.
Go ahead and roll me. Cletus, you're automatically going to hit Cletus's. Fauna, go ahead and roll me 4d6.
Individual numbers or total?
Total.
Seven.
Okay. Good. Laros, 7 points of slashing damage to Cletus as he's just trying to like hold you there as you're scrambling, trying to just like break away from. I got you. I got you. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Perrin, are you gonna open the door?
I got a 22 on Arcana.
22 on Arcana. Finger bones haven't been there within the last 6 months.
And neither has our armor that we just all got.
Not within the last 6
Have
months.
the old insignia on it. They haven't been there in.
Yeah. Also, that night guard had been an occupying force for a hot minute, so.
Aaron, open the fucking door.
Okay. Aaron is going to put the finger bones away, and he's going to reach out and touch the door and close his eyes and focus on the Loonstone. I don't want to do this. This feels bad. Perrin is going to open the door.
You go to open the door. Around you, the ship falling apart. The noise dulls in your ears. Kurt yelling something about how he can't feel his legs anymore. And the door swings open. You are looking out at a sandy shore beneath a night sky. Same waxing moon as the one outside you right now.
Fauna just breaks free and goes.
Yeah, I think give me an athletics check, but I think your strength is a lot high. I don't have your sheet for you. You wouldn't be proficient in athletics, but your strength is going to be a +5. So you're make me a
I got an 18 on the die.
Jesus. So 23 total. Yeah. You break free of Cletus, and you like Perrin from behind you. You are like bowled over as Fauna just for the second time
My bad.
darts through a door that you have opened.
Nyx shoves everybody through.
Can I run after Fauna and catch her and grapple her?
Give me an athletics. Fauna, you can give me
'Cause
another
I'm
athletics check that you're
so
adding
fast.
+5 to.
Grapple a teenage dragon?
Not a dragon anymore.
I'm not a dragon anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
feral
Hey,
fauna.
Oh.
Willocria.
I didn't realize that you'd transformed back.
I got a 19.
16.
16 on the die.
Oh, 11 on the die. Plus
11 on
5.
the
You
die.
said plus 5, right?
Vox, you tackle Fauna. Fauna, if you're going to continue to struggle against being tackled the same way that you did against Cleus,
If we're nearing the end of the game, I would like to do non-lethal damage to Fauna to knock her out.
yeah, give me the first. So your
I'm gonna-
first like athletics was your first attack. So now you have another attack, but you're making it with it. I think Brightburn is right there by your side. Like it wasn't that far to dash through the door. So
I got a 16.
does a 16 a 16 hits your armor class now, right? Fauna,
A 16 is my armor class now.
you get to roll the damage with sneak attack and everything, but again, it's non-lethal. So you're just basically trying to knock Fauna out.
What?
So to do that, do you have to take down all my HP?
Yeah, but I have sneak attack and I have advantage. Sorry, Fauna, but I can't have you running away right now. We just got
You gotta do what you
here.
gotta do. I understand. Fauna doesn't understand because she doesn't understand anything right now, but I understand.
You also have
It's-
your legendary allies.
Okay.
I guess you can't use for damage. You could legendary smite, I guess.
God, you could legendary smite for non-lethal damage, I
Non-lethal
suppose.
legendary smite.
smite. What does that do?
God.
2d6 per
wanna-
oathbound.
Waste that on this?
Yeah.
I'll probably
mean,
be okay.
It's once per day.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
that
once
one's
per
2
day,
per
yeah, I
day
guess
even.
Yeah, so
Then I guess that's
6,
Oh my
7, 8,
God.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then 1d6 per oathbound.
2d6.
Which is fauna.
Is it 1d6 or is it
2d6?
2d6 per oathbound?
2d6 per oathbound,
Which
which you
is-
can
Which
see
is-
4 right now.
Everyone's together.
4, yeah. No, you can see Atticus too, even though he's unconscious. So
Yeah.
5.
It's 4.
So I'm rolling.
That's
Oh, because you
Perrin,
can't count
Fauna,
yourself.
Nyx.
Yeah, you can't count yourself.
You can't count
8
yourself, and the Night King
d6?
isn't here.
Yeah. So 4. So
Wait.
it'd be 8.
I mean, he
an
is
extra,
all around
It's
us.
be an extra.
Yeah,
Sorta.
can she roll 10d6? You tell us, Elijah.
No, 8d6.
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
Fauna, what
count the
are your
normal
hit
one.
points? What's your hit point total?
82.
Oh my God. The, I don't
Okay,
see
so-
how you could get. I mean, you could.
I don't know.
Even if you
Vox
rolled
has done some
sixes.
pretty brutal damage in one go before, so I feel like she could get there.
At 65 damage.
65.
Anyone else want to take
It's
a
not
go?
quite there. Here's what I'm gonna say though. 65 damage is a lot. That like blow happens. Vox, what does that blow, like the non-lethal blow, look like? Are you just raining down the hill?
It is just a fucking grapple, and she's just like, "You need to calm down," and takes the pommel of
Yeah.
a dagger and just whacks
boom
her.
right there in the small. I think that hit. Funny, you fall to the ground. Boom. You're like senses are overwhelmed, but for a moment you have a little bit, like a tiny bit of clarity. Sleep is one of your spells, correct?
Yeah,
have
I
any-
could
Typically-
also.
Let me ask you
Perrin
this: Do
has
you
sleep
have any
also.
second level spell slots left?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. It's not a second level spell. It's a first level
Okay.
spell on my sheet. And yes, I have.
In this,
But
moment,
also, can you just target? Because it's like within a. It's like everyone within a certain radius.
Yeah,
no,
it starts-
it
starts with the lowest hit
Starts with
points,
HP, though.
which, like, if you and Vox are right there, you have less hit points than Vox. You get struck. You have a moment of clarity, but like not quite. Like you know that in a instant you're about to go even more berserk than you have. Like you don't know how you're going to control it. Staring at you in the face is the cat, and I think for the first time. Usually the cat would not take agency from you, but you can channel your spells through the cat. And the cat is going to look at you, nuzzles you right on the nose, gives you a little lick. Time to go to sleep. And the cat is going to pull one of your spell slots out you to put you to sleep.
Night, night.
Fauna just like collapses even more than she did after getting hit with the dagger, and just like immediately you just hear like tiny little snore, like a little like beastie snore.
The cat does it, just curls up right there next to your head, like up next to you. You are all on the other side of the door. Everyone that was in the room with you made it through. Like Kurt is still like shouting about his legs kind of in the background, kicking around, but his legs are fucking fine. He's fine. Atticus still unconscious, like Cletus has like laid him down, but Cletus knows he's like Cletus is already over by your side too, Fauna, just like gently stroking the like the mane that you have now like coming out of the crown of your head and back, like between your two
cute.
horns. In this moment, everyone give me a perception check.
Not me, right?
17.
Not you.
21.
Okay.
Unless we're in a forest.
Does that even count anymore? You're not. 14.
Okay. You're all looking around, getting your bearings. Ocean, maybe like few hundred feet away, so you are kind of like on a beach somewhere, but you're pretty removed from the ocean. It's not like immediately a danger. Sandy soil beneath your feet. Everything cast in the light of night, so color is different. But even in this muted spectrum, you see the brilliance of unfamiliar stars overhead. For everyone but Nyx, you've never been to the Nightlands before, so these constellations are utterly unfamiliar. But they are brighter than you have ever seen any stars before. Some so distant that they are like brightly glowing threads in the cosmos that create a milky tapestry spreading from horizon to horizon. The moon high above, a night away from being full. It's mostly desert in the distance. You can see a mountainscape that kind of like breaks up the horizon a little bit, but it is far, far away. Here near the beach, there are a few like large kind of almost like black-leaved palms with these strange little white markings on the underside of the leaves, almost look like eyes. But as soon as you start to get away from the beach, not a lot growing out here. Nyx, you've been here before. Or rather, you've been to the Nightlands, but you don't recognize wherever it is that you are. On a shore somewhere, you would guess maybe like towards the south because of the palms. You're not sure if you can recognize the mountainscape, like they're so far in the distance it's hard to tell. Are they the mountains that surround Loonhelm? Is it something else in the center of Areth? You can't be sure.
With like
You are here.
just kind of running their fingers through the fur of the Luroko for a second, they're gonna lean in close up against their ears and just whisper, "Go be free, little one." And so they'll give them like a little paunch slap.
You see that they run. They do, like, you see them sniff the air, and they just begin to run so fast.
We would also tell your friends to, like, be nice to us. Don't attack us.
Well, I'll say they get, like, almost 100 feet away in what appears like an instant, like seconds there, and then they stop. That long, sinewy, almost kind of serpentine white body, covered in white fur. Those 6 limbs, the 3 large, like, kind of finger-like toes. They stop, they kind of, like, reach up with 2 of them. And then they turn around. And they come trotting back to you.
It was protecting you, Nyx. I don't think it's going anywhere. Now you might need it more than ever.
They have tears in their eyes, and I mean, I think it's clear to everybody they think they're just literally gonna fade off into nothing any second now. Like, they're fully expecting their soul, which was linked to that stone, to be destroyed the same way it was.
Nyx, give me an insight check.
It's a 6. But fuck it, I might die here, so let's use a point.
Well, wait, you go to use a sorcery point. Like, you go to, like... A 6 does it because there's something off. And in the something that is off, you go to try and reach and make sense of it. You can't call on the power that you usually call on.
Why is
Your
that
magic
so much worse than dying?
Is gone.
I think back on their homeland again for the first time in way too long. And after everything they just lost and everything they just caused, and like everything that they have felt hollow for most of their life, devoid of memories and purpose and identity and anything that makes a human being. But they still had that. And I think this is the first time that they are fully empty inside. And I think they just fall to their knees and throw their head back and just scream with absolute rage at just the fucking shit end of the stick that they've been given their entire life. And I think like a collective wail of like everything that they've lost and haven't grieved throughout that.
Perrin is making a fire, muttering to himself, and not in a friendly, quirky way.
Beneath this night sky, Nyx, as you kneel there, the Loroko comes close and curls around you, lays down, kind of an inverse mirroring of how the cat is curled up in Fauna's embrace. Cicero is going to walk over to you, leaning heavily on his staff. He kneels down and puts his hand on your shoulder. We can get it back. But you're gonna have to stand up first.
Will you help me?
With pleasure.
I'll
He
offer
reaches
a
down
handout.
and yeah, pulls you up. Just because magic is lost doesn't mean it's gone.
Not the definition of it.
I've lost a lot in my lifetime too. But I promise I'll help you find it.
I'm not getting them back, am I?
We'll see. Can always hope.
I don't think. As well intentioned as you are, I don't think I have a lot of that of my own to call upon right now, but well, I guess I still have most of them. And Nyx is gonna like look towards Paralandra too, who's been added to this.
She's just kind of like standing, shivering next to the fire that Perrin is making. I mean, it's not that cold though.
Yeah, she's not shivering from cold. That's adrenaline, baby. They don't. They are standing because they don't know what else to do. But they don't have hope. They don't have a lot of willpower right now for themselves. I think they are tired, they are drained. And they feel fucking guilty for what they did. But I think they're like kind of looking to everybody else as like,
as Cicero's still standing next to you, like helping you your feet, he sees that look in your eye of like, what do I even do right now? He's gonna lean in close. Best thing I think we could do right now would be to get some rest. And when that's done, I've been here once before. So I can do my best to lead everyone. You just maybe stay nearby me and whisper in my ear if I step wrong.
who are you?
I'm a friend. Or at least I'm trying.
Amos is gonna come over and land on Nyx's back and cast Beacon of Hope, which is not gonna do very much mechanically, but as far as flavor text, she's gonna sing a peaceful song. Perrin's gonna keep running around and kind of like wrapping people in blankets and getting them close to the fire, and he's like digging through Fauna's infinite handy haver sack and pulling out like the 3 tents that he packed in there.
think.
I think that while Box is
Yeah.
doing a perimeter, because half of our party is down right now, she's gonna, as she's doing it, stop by Nyx and just like pummel out, hand Nyx the star dagger. Just for now.
Thanks, Fox. I'll keep it safe.
Vox,
Guess
I
I'm
will
gonna be
send you
needing a
what
lot
that
of these
does.
now.
Vox skirting you, like as soon as you start making the rounds, Vera's like opposite you, making the exact kind of like in a concentric circle, so that matching your movements, so that you only need to do half the outskirts because Vera's got the other half. Maya settling down next to the fire, along with Paralandra, who's just sort of like huddled up, just staring there blankly into the fire. Cat curled up around Fauna. Cletus there, stroking Fauna's hair. Atticus, like, moved near the fire, but still unconscious. Nyx, you're standing there holding the star dagger. Susuro next to you. Perrin, you're bustling about, making the space safe. And with the night sky overhead, that's where we're going to close the session, and we will start up next week in the Nightlands. You made it!
In person.
You're there, in person. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Say bye, but I've been holding back tears for like
Bye.
2 hours, so.
Just cry.